Okay, I just pressed the recording button for YouTube. Football game is just about to begin. I will be playing or speedrunning Super Metroid on the commercial breaks, just so there's some alternate programming going on that doesn't involve corporations. But I'm about to be commentating live the action between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Houston Texans, better known to the internet as the Strouds, in the first wildcard game of the NFL postseason in 2024/25. Will the Chargers overcome themselves and take the next step forward as a potentially successful franchise, or will they be the same old Chargers? The Texans, for their part, are going through a sophomore slump at quarterback with C.J. Stroud and are missing Tank Dell. But this still does feel like their window for their highest potential of success yet. Just maybe not this year, but you never know. And the Chargers are going to actually take the kickoff out of the end zone. And he is down at around the 26-yard line. You can see that I have... I just put this at own 25 anyway because I figured that he would just be a touchback. Oh, yeah, I almost forgot about Diggs. All right, so the Chargers get the ball first. Game is underway. The Strouds will take it at the start of the second half. And here comes Justin Herbert, member of the Lost Arks, and a quarterback nobody can really seem to agree on how good he is. Trust me, he is good. And I don't just say that because he's my fantasy guy. Speaking of the Lost Arks, there's my other member, J.K. Dobbins, running it up the gut and pretty much diving for 2 yards. Wait a minute, did I not add a down counter? Was this always a problem in... Huh. Oh well. That's what you have my voice for. Oh, and J.K. Dobbins running it up the middle, right around the first down marker. Looks like he has gotten it. First down for the Chargers. I believe it got there with 1 yard to spare. I believe they're on the 37 now. Alright, I haven't done this in a while, so I gotta keep the game clock moving as well. 13:46. Alright, Herbert back to pass. It's complete right around the first down marker once again. Number 15. Is that a first down or not? Second and short, of course, is pretty much the ideal because just about any play in the entire playbook is totally fair game. They're going to give him the first down. So the Chargers are already taking advantage of gaps in the Strouds defense. And unfortunately, speaking of the Strouds defense, Azeez Al-Shaair, for some reason, is not banned from the league yet. A.K.A. Vontez Burfict 2. Another passing play, thrown into double coverage in a fairly tight window, but it is brought in by 81 Will Dissly. It'll be a gain of about 5. And they are now on the other side of the 50-yard line already. Gain of 7, actually. Second and 3. Number 12 in motion. It's a handoff to Dobbins, who breaks tackles and is lunging forward to the 37-yard line. Another gain of 9 yards. Another first down. Chargers are making it look easy. Not too easy, but the Strouds have been unable to slow them down so far. amazing how much clock can still go off even when the team with the ball is advancing well. Gonna be another pass. Plenty of time to throw. He's got it. Oh! Herbert with a wonderful throw. Finds a really tight needle to number 42. Looks like number 0 for Houston is shaken up a little bit on the play. 42 with a great catch. And number 0 is still down for Houston. Oh! Number 0 is Azeez Al-Shaair. The one guy that I don't feel bad about being injured. That's another first down. Let's see. Where was I? I think I was around 23. Good to know, Nukem. $11.22. Okay, thank you. That missile, for some reason, is skipped in almost every Super Metroid speedrun I've ever seen, and I have no idea why. It's right there. I mean, I probably should learn to skip it, because, as I said, those guys are way better than me. But I also don't care enough. Okay. So it's 11:22. Oh, that's awkward as all heck. Why do I have it there? I need to have the... There we go. Okay, that's more like it. Yeah, slight administrative change to the order of these. Actually, how about this? I'll turn off the video game when the football game's back on. I can just toggle that. Alright, it is a 23-yard line. Herbert throws nearly complete to number 15. He was almost in the end zone. There was also a defender right behind him, so an incomplete pass is a pretty acceptable outcome there, I'd say. 2nd and 10 now for the Chargers. Chargers O-line doing a pretty good job protecting himself hard. Number 15's elbow's bloody already. Game just started. That's not a good sign. Alright, 81 in motion in the backfield. Herbert throws, dumps it right off to number 81, who is running and running. Will Dissly. Nearly the first down line. They're going to say that's a gain of 9. Going to be 3rd and 1. Of course, many people have been talking about Joe Alt on the offensive line for the Chargers, and he has indeed been doing his job very well. On the 14-yard line, 3rd and 1. Big man, 44 on the backfield. Is going to hand it off to Dobbins instead, and they swallow him up. Almost gets out of it, but that's going to be a loss of 2 or 3. The Strouds defense finally showing up when it matters, leaving them now with a 4th and 4 from the 17-yard line, and already a bit of a decision to make here. Personally, I would kick it. If it were 4th and 2 or 1, I'd go for it, but not 4. It's always a good idea to at least start the game off with points. And that is exactly what they are going to do. They're sending out Dicker the kicker from 35 yards. It is a little scary, but it's good. Chargers are on the board. And there was 9:37 left. You know what, Newcomb? That's what literally every single coach does. And a lot of those coaches lose games. I would have to say that Jim Harbaugh is certainly an above-average coach. And he agrees with me. We've seen so many completely brain-dead coaching moments in football this year. Now I'm not delusional. I know that I would still be completely unqualified to be like a head football coach, because there's so much that goes into the gameplay design. You gotta you know, recite like 250 different plays for the offense and for the defense, and just kind of like have the innate sense to know which one to call at any specific moment. But there should at least be a general concept of you know, when it's a good time to run what. And a lot of coaches this year have shown they have no idea what they're doing. Yeah, I hear you, but on the other hand, however good or bad a coach is doesn't actually get reflected in fantasy, because it's just win-loss points pretty much. So if you had Matt Eberflus for the first 6 weeks of the season, you were doing pretty good, actually. Because they were 4-2. Right. I'll be moving this football momentarily. Herbert always looks so displeased. Doesn't matter how good the team's doing. He just always looks like he needs a hug. Easton Stick is still there. I thought they got rid of him because they have Taylor Heineke now, don't they? Dear YouTube audience, I want you guys to know this. The Chargers have kept Easton Stick on the roster longer than they ever did Drew Brees. That is an actual fact. Alright, and they are going to let that be a touchback. So let me change this to own 25. Alright. Strouds offense, no Tank Dell. It has not been pretty, but they do have Joe Mixon at running back. And let's see if CJ Stroud can regain the magic that he had last season. He took care of the Browns in the playoffs real easily last year. And a good start. Oh! The ball's ripped out! And it's picked up by the Chargers. The question is, was that a completed catch? The pass was possibly complete. It was caught, maybe not complete. Let's take a look at it. He's got it. He makes a move towards the other end zone. I think it was called a catch on a fumble on the field. I don't think that's going to be overturned. I could be wrong. But that is a fantastic defensive play by 32 on the Chargers. And fumble it is. That should give the Chargers the ball around the opponent's 33, because it was about an 8 or 9 yard gain. They lost the ball right there, and then was down by contact. Alohi Gilman, thank you for that. Yep, 33. I got that right. Chargers already in field goal range again, but this time they have every right to go for the touchdown. Dobbins takes the handoff. That's not Dobbins. That's somebody else. The Gus Bus, Gus Edwards, for an 8-yard gain. Aziz Al-Shair is back, so everybody hold on to your headgear. Especially if the Strouds start losing by a bunch of points. This is certainly not a good start. This is a different Chargers team. Oh, here we go. Another run for Gus. Looks like he got about 3 yards. That's good for a first down at the opponent's 22-yard line. But yeah, this definitely feels like a very different Chargers team compared with, dare I mention his name, Brandon Staley. The defense, first of all, is excellent. And second of all, far more importantly, this Chargers team is taking advantage of when their opponents screw up. Which is something they never, ever did under Brandon Staley. Right, first down, fake handoff to Dobbins. Oh, and it's a sack! 2 members of the Strouds just converging upon Justin Herbert, and that's going to take them possibly out of field goal range. They're probably still in it. But that's a deflating play for them. It goes down around... Okay, no, they're still in field goal range. They're at about the 32. That's about a 10-yard loss. And the Stroud fans making their presence felt. It's a throw to a wide-open Disley who can't come up with it. It's 3rd and 19. Disley did the hard part, couldn't come up with the easy part. And now the Chargers might just be thinking about trying to make Cameron Dicker a little bit more comfortable with another field goal attempt. Herbert will be throwing, and it's a screen pass to number 9, and he will go down at the 20-yard line. It's going to be 4th and about 7, maybe 8. Definitely not worth it. Here comes another field goal attempt by Dicker the kicker. Very good fantasy option. From 39 yards. He barely got the 35-yarder. Here comes the 39-yarder. And it is much better. This one is right down the middle. Chargers take a 6-point lead. I'm seeing some arm signals by the refs. I'm not sure why. Kind of Hulk Hogan wannabe in the crowd. Well, they went to commercial, so I'm going to assume that that it's 6-0. Trade. Let's see if I can actually get the quick kill for once. Yes, I'm not washed up. Even if I am washed up, I've done quite a few impressive things in gaming. I'm pretty happy. Chief among them, of course, being Beast Needle Zero. And VVVVV. E. I like how these other TV programs are revealing their airing schedule in accordance with which week of of football playoffs it is. Because they know what we're all here for. Wait, those are chocolates? Wow. I mean, you can always trust the state of Texas to elevate all kinds of food that's not good for you. Alrighty. CJ Stroud has one completed pass that was fumbled to the other team. Let's see how they do this time. That was another touchback, so let me get you... There you go. You get the ball back. And hopefully you guys also have a short memory. They do have Robert Woods and Nico Collins catching the passes. All right. Hand off to Mixon. Stumbles early, but is able to keep himself afloat for 3 yards. There's my man Khalil Mack. The Chargers have a guy named Poona Ford. Interesting. Khalil Mack is the Pro Bowler. Oh, he and Derwin James Jr. are Pro Bowlers. It's an excellent defense, so if you stand out on a defense that good, you know you're a star player. Another run for Joe Mixon. Apparently, they're already really scared about throwing the ball again, even though that turnover wasn't on CJ Stroud. 1 yard, 3rd and 6. They're calling it 3rd and 7. It's more like 3rd and 6.5. All right. 15 seconds left on the play clock. Motion from, I believe that's Schultz, number 86. 4, 3, snap. Stroud being pursued by Bosa. Running around, throws it to the right, and almost picked off again. It's going to be 4th and 7. Strouds are getting absolutely nothing going their way so far. What are they doing? They are punting right now. 4th and 7. And wait a minute. Own 29. It's the 34. Oh. There must have been something, some like, oh shoot! Fair catch interference. And surprisingly enough, 10 minutes into the game, there's our first flag. The ball is actually on the 34-yard line. I think there was a landing zone thing that I must have missed. Taking a while to assess this. I'm guessing to determine whether or not he wants to... Okay, they are just going to take it where it is and then add 15 yards on the spot of the foul. The ref's name is Land Clark. I mean, Landon is a name, but Land? Own 34. Actually, that's probably about right. I'll fix that when we get to there. E. Screw that up. Okay, George Kittle making a very strange advertisement for Ritz crackers. There's Applebee's really big meal deal, which I had yesterday. Or day before. Because the day before yesterday, it wasn't snowing! I got plenty of video game during halftime, unless, of course, I feel like I need to take a bathroom break instead. Now, if in the event that I have to take a bathroom break in the middle of a game, I do have this. Ideally, of course, that doesn't happen. But I've got that as a backup. You know, there's been a lot of talk about Jerry World and how they let like random beams of sunshine in. Houston's NRG Stadium is no better. That's just a thing in Texas, I guess. The Chargers sideline is just completely swarmed by sunshine. Coaches are taking a while to get set, but there we go. Chargers with the ball again, already a 6-point lead. They get it on the 35-yard line. I was almost there. 35. All right. And a sideways pass to number 12. There's a flag on the play. D'Amico Ryan is adamantly pointing against the Chargers. Refs are taking a while to assess this flag. It's ineligible man downfield. So it's now going to be 1st and 15 for the Chargers. Number 68, the guilty party. I had heard that, Newcomb. I thought that's what they said about the old stadium. All right. Rush up the middle for absolutely nothing. That was Dobbins, unfortunately. So finally, the Chargers are getting stymied a little bit here. 2nd and 14 coming up. Apparently that was a gain of 1. It didn't look like one to me. But no, they gave him a pretty generous spot. Right, obvious passing situation here. Herbert does indeed take it. Decent protection. He loads one. It's high and it's wobbling and it is incomplete. Looking for number 1. Quentin Johnston, I believe. And we got another flag. Herbert's checking his elbow. That's not good. Holding defense number 55. 5-yard penalty, automatic 1st down. I don't know how I managed that misclick, but forget that happened. And we get another rushing play for maybe 1 yard. This time it's Gus Edwards. It would seem like the Strouds' defensive game plan centered pretty heavily on stopping the rush. Hey, you wanna use your sword? You want to get some practice in? All right, 2nd and 9, which means there we go, 37-yard line. 3 minutes up in the 1st quarter. Herbert fakes a handoff. He's got plenty of time to throw and goes for a slant. Misses. 3rd and 9. Here come the fans. There's a pretty good amount of Chargers there. But obviously the Strouds with every reason to have a devoted fan base. He's hit as he's thrown, And it's almost caught by 15 anyway, but not this time. 15 is Lad McConkey. And that's going to be 4th and 9, and they are going to punt. Well, the Chargers defense kind of is a sleeper because the last couple of years, their head coach is Brandon Staley. Ooh! Punt nearly blocked. Oh, it is partially blocked! And they're saying Peter, they're just letting the ball bounce, and the Chargers are exceptionally lucky as the ball just bounces and bounces down the field, and the Strouds are going to get it at their own 28. Not even that good of a field position. Still good to call Peter just in case you completely screw something up. Yeah, Brandon Staley marketed himself as a good defensive coach, and his defenses sucked. So it's quite surprising that the Chargers defense actually is really good this year. That room is really hard to get right. That's about as good as I've ever done it. Yes, that was terrible. Okay, so Strouds, you get the ball back. I would like to see you do something. I would rather not have this be completely one-sided. But leave that crap for the college football playoffs. At least the college football playoffs are shaping up eventually. The semifinals were at least interesting. I mean, the final score of the Buckeyes game makes it look like they dominated, but that was pretty tense for most of the game. All right, 2:35. Strouds take the ball, and oh, nice running play. Oh, actually, there's a short pass to Dalton Schultz that I kind of missed the first. Yeah, it was a pass to Dalton Schultz, and he goes down to the 42-yard line, 14-yard gain, and I believe that's the first down the Strouds have made all game. All right, Stroud throwing again right down the middle of the field, number 2 with the catch. And another 12 or 13-yard gain. Robert Woods with the reception. And that moves the Strouds to the other side of the 50. Oh, 45 actually. Okay, Stroud throwing again, staring One guy down, number 45 on the defense, and the pass is incomplete, intended for number 8, Milton. Denzel Perriman, number 6 for the Chargers, is in the locker room with an elbow injury, questionable to return. So that might be one of the reasons why the Strouds offense is starting to wake up. All right, another passing play. And he is surrounded and sacked by Joey Bosa, who shrugs to the crowd as if to say that was just too easy. Third and 15. First quarter drawing to a close. Herbert clapping for that good defensive play, even though he still looks like he needs a big hug. He just has that face painted on him forever. All right, Stroud throwing to Schultz, who catches it. It's not nearly enough for a first down. That'll bring them to the 42 or 41 yard line. So what do you do here? It's fourth down. It's quite a while, or it's quite a ways away from a first. The offense has struggled, and they're not bringing out the punt team just yet. This is what, 4th and 10? Oh, 4th and 6. 4th and 6 from around the 41 yard line, and the first quarter expires. So they were unable to draw them off sides, if that was what they meant to do. It's a good thing they have that quarter break, because now they can decide if they really want to go for it or not. I can see arguments either way. Rarely the FanDuel kick of destiny is coming back, but this time with Eli Manning instead of Gronk. What makes anybody think that Eli Manning would be a better kicker than Gronk anyway? Yeah, I screwed this room up a lot. Wave beam. Taking these little gameplay chunks where I can get them. NRG Stadium is set right next door to, I assume that's where the Rockets play. And the punt team is out. They had plenty of time to consider it. They think 4th and 6 from the opponent's 41 is a bit too much. And 3, 2, 1, 0? Why are they taking a delay of game when they had all that time between the first quarter and the second quarter? All right. Remember, the Raiders punted on 4th and 1 from this field position in the fourth quarter while losing to start the season. Yeah. Soon as I saw that, I kind of knew that we had no chance whatsoever to make the playoffs. Like, that was the whole season in the toilet in week 1. Like, just that one punt. Alright, anyway. The punt is off. Fair catch is signaled at the 7-yard line. Well done by the Strouds special teams. Chargers are in potential safety territory. Refrigerator Perry was not his real name. I did it again. That happens so often. Okay. Chargers get the ball once again, but they are in trouble. It's actually their own 8-yard line. Oh. Blitz showing. Herbert completes it to the 20-yard line. That's Ladd McConkey. And they are already no longer in any danger of taking a safety. I believe Ladd McConkey was on that same Georgia team as Brock Bowers. Right. Herbert throws wide open McConkey. This time it's a gain of 15 or 16 yards. Chargers offense looking very efficient so far. Yet they only have 6 points on the board. It feels like they're further ahead. This time it's a rush by Dobbins. Hold on to that ball. Okay. 6-yard gain to the 41-yard line. Or I guess that makes it a 5-yard gain. And J.K. Dobbins has made a tremendous difference to the Chargers' rushing attack. And he indeed was a very good fantasy option when healthy. All right, fake handoff to Dobbins, and that pass is dropped by McConkey. So 3rd and 4 coming up from the 41-yard line. Of course, any 3rd downs always cause for a lot of noise to be made from the home crowd when the other team's on offense. The Chargers actually have yet to convert a third down so far, despite their strong start. Herbert got time to throw. Tight throw. It's juggled, and whether it's caught or not, it's short. They're going to say incomplete. But he dropped the ball on the way to the ground, and it's going to be 4th and 4. Another failed third down conversion attempt, and number 1 for the Chargers is shaken up just a bit. Number 4 on Houston with the good coverage. And yeah, he did not... he was not able to make that catch. That's really good coverage. Yeah, Quentin Johnston is number 1. Here comes the punt. So credit the Strouds for keeping this contained so far. Fair catch at the 11 or 12 yard line, and the Strouds will take over once again. Can their offense do something this time? $12:38. You know, I am getting kind of sick of seeing these wildcard round commercials where it's just born to be wild ad nauseum. There's more to that song than just those 4 words. But the NFL is hell-bent on making us forget that there is, in fact, a rest of the song. Well, I guess by that logic, the Chiefs and the Lions aren't born to be wild. They're born to be divisional. And I hecked that up real good. I deserve that. I thought you might go with it. Go for that. Yep, just like with the Patriots before, the Chiefs have probably completely forgotten that there even is a wild card round. As long as they remain Satan's adopted children, they'll never have to play a wild card game. Okay, Strouds taking it from the 12-yard line with Mixon way in the backfield. And they are going to give it to him. And 2 yards. Well, one of the things that's characterized the Strouds' offense is a lot of pre-snap penalties. At the very least, they're doing well in that regard. They're not shooting themselves in the foot with penalties so far. But they're also not going anywhere, so... it's not really that good of a trade-off. Okay. Fake handoff. Stroud. Moonball! Deep to number 12, and that was an overthrow. Nico Collins is number 12. He was well covered by number 7 on the Chargers. In fact, the ball came closer to him than it ever came to Collins. Strouds got time to throw. There it goes. And what the crap were you doing there, CJ? Who were you throwing that to? That's an interception for number 33 of the Chargers, who, might I add, did some very impressive footwork to stay in bounds. He looked like a bona fide wide receiver. But he's on the wrong team. What was that? Oh, there's number 8, like 6 yards beyond where the ball was thrown. What an incredible catch. Holds on to the ball and everything. That's one of the most impressive catches I've seen all year, and it's by the wrong team. That's not even his job, and he did it. And he did it better than most others I've ever seen this year. Let's see, where was that? I'd say like maybe the 35 or so. That sounds about right. Man, Stroud is just off. I mean, that was an outstanding play by Leonard, but I was... but, like, I couldn't even really convey how good of a play that was because I was just so dumbstruck by how bad the throw was. Hey, Phillip Rivers. There's a throwback to the last playoff game the Chargers won, the 2018 wild card against, I think, rookie year Lamar Jackson. And of course, then they went on to get their butts spanked by the Patriots, but to be fair, that was, you know, the good Patriots team. A lot of people got their butts spanked by them. Alright, CJ Stroud just threw his first career postseason interception, and it was terrible. Absolutely terrible. At least it was a better arm punt than I gave credit for. They're actually on the 40-yard line, and oh my goodness! Herbert gives the ball right back to Houston! Number 4 with the interception on a second consecutive snap of the game. There was no reason for that. It's 1st and 10. But trying to force the ball to Quentin Johnston. Number 4 comes up with it instead. Houston gets a huge break. Lassiter, number 4. Well, that's the Chargers in the playoffs that I'm familiar with. Doesn't matter how good the quarterback is, they're just prone to making really stupid mistakes like that whenever they get into the playoffs. All right, here you go, Houston. Here's your ball back. And you get it at your own, I think, 20. Oh, 10. So, yeah, you're going to do-over. And that's a good start. Stroud manages to find Collins this time for a gain of about 14. Maybe 13. That's Nico Collins' first catch of the game. As soon as he gets involved, you got to imagine the offense will look a lot better. They got two receivers kind of bunched up at the bottom of the screen there. And Stroud throws it to number 8. Not this time. It's dropped. So it'll be 2nd and 10 now from their own 23-yard line. You know, both teams are trying. And yet, together, they've only scored 6 points. All right, Stroud is sacked once again by Khalil Mack. Making his presence known in another playoff game. My Oshie getting involved, and Joey Bosa was also right there to help him in the end as well. Third and 18 now for the Strouds. Now, it's no surprise to see the Strouds struggling a little bit. Catches made by number 8, but it's well short of the first down. It's no surprise to see the Strouds struggling on account of just how good the Chargers' defense has been. But this has got to be really disheartening and frustrating. The only solace, of course, is that the Strouds' defense is doing their part. Here comes the punt. It's high, and it is fair caught at the 25-yard line. So I don't have to change that. Here you go. Does any team want to hold on to the ball for a good amount of time, though? Heck. The Chargers did a good job of that on the first drive, and that's about it. What the heck? Ah, I did. Woo! Yeah, it can be a little bit of a slog to watch a game like this, but on the other hand, as long as it's kept close like this, there's always the potential, if something slips, if one lapse of defensive coverage occurs, The thing can flip the other way at any time. I don't foresee the YouTube audience speaking very much, but for the record, I am not a Cowboys fan, but yeah, Dez caught that ball. All right. Chargers at the 25-yard line. Still the only team to hold on to the ball for a while on the very first drive. And Dobbins will get forward progress of about a yard and a half or so. Oh, I don't think I've stated this out loud for the YouTube audience yet. It's going to be a one-off this year. I do not plan on doing another one, but I did enjoy what I did last year, so I figured I'd at least get one commentary stream in for football this year. And it's a reverse pass to number 12. That's not going to work at all. He is tackled for a loss of about 3.5 yards. Chargers going in the wrong direction. Lassiter with another very good play, number 4 for Houston. He got that interception of Herbert a little while ago. Now he's showing that he's a versatile tackler as well. So, neither team has converted a third down yet, and this is a 3rd and 12, so I don't like their chances. They're both 0-4. And, oh, of course, McConkey with the catch, flips around and avoids a tackler, and there is your first third down conversion of the game. I take credit for that one. I had to say that I don't like their chances, but here they go. First down at the 42-yard line. Clock is 2 minutes further now. All right. Running play, jumping over for a gain of 1 yard. That doesn't seem worth it, especially for someone with injury history. But, okay. Dobbins is giving it all he can. Oh, they're going to give him 2 yards for that. Second and 8 from the 43.5-yard line. Herbert fakes the handoff. He's got good time. Throws downfield. Almost intercepted. Almost caught, too, but excellent coverage by number 24 this time. Intended for Lad McConkey. Going to be 3rd and 8. They just now figured out how to convert a third down. Oh, perfect batting down by 24. Excellent job. They just figured out how to convert a third down. Let's see if they can do it again. Both teams started out a combined 0 for 8. And now this is 3rd and 8. Herbert swerving around, makes whatever throw he can. It falls to the ground. 4th and 8, and they're going to have to punt one more time. 4th and 8 on your own 44. No, not even a decision. Especially in the first half with the lead. So, Strouds' defense does their job yet again. Points are at a premium in this game. And that punt is gonna be fielded at the 1. It does not go into the end zone. Chargers special teams has pinned the Houston offense all the way back as far as they possibly can. Alright, I'm going to take a stretch break instead of playing the game. And out of all the things that I'm doing this stream, I think this is the one thing that actual professional commentators are allowed to do. Is to get up and stretch a bit. I'm not getting paid for my services today, but I do get to play Super Metroid on commercials. It's a good trade-off. Hang on, I'm going to take my coat off.
Not getting paid, he says Kappa.
Why would you do that when I wasn't even here to react to it live? Thank you. Thank you for the 50 bits. Alright, the game clock is not 7:20. It's a little bit further. Oh. It is 6:15. Yeah, my door was open this whole time, and I think the heater has kind of wafted its way in, so I needed to get rid of the coat. It's a thick coat. All right. They're going to hand it up to Joe Mixon, and he does a great job getting out of the shadow of his own end zone. He is still pushing the pile all the way to the 7.5-yard line. That's a heck of an effort by Joe Mixon. All right. I'll take another break next commercial. Seven. 2nd and 4. Alright. Stroud in the end zone, being chased. Throws out. Okay. Out of bounds, incomplete. No harm, no foul. Or is it? Harbaugh is motioning for intentional grounding, and if that's the case, that's 2 more points for the Chargers. Referees say no. There's clearly no one in the area, but they're going to say that he escaped the tackle box before making the throw. So the Strouds are okay. All right. Throws. Caught by Collins. He holds on to it, and it's a first down for Houston. Not sure where they're going to mark his forward progress, because he did fall back a bit after making the catch. Literally fall back. So the furthest the ball was the 14. That's probably where they're going to mark it. No, they're going to call that 13. And Mixon takes it again, trying to go outside between tacklers and dives forward for about 3.5 yards. Khalil Mack on the tackle. Second and 7. Stroud finds number 8 this time, Mechie, for what looks like another first down. Gain of 7 or 8. Line to gain was a 23, and he just about got it. Is that 24 or 23? 23. Alright, Stroud. Chased once again. And throws it into double coverage, but it does fall safely to the ground. Second and 10. I feel like he's panicking a lot more than he was in his first year for some reason. I don't know why. But a lot of the, as soon as someone gets in his face, he's making some shunteresting throws. I don't know what happened. He had so much swagger in year 1. Stroud. And he's going down. He's throwing. And is that complete? There's a lot to analyze here. It looks like Hutchinson, number 19, made the catch, but there's also a flag. So does any of this even matter? Personal foul, tripping, offense number 71. And it's going to remain second down. I believe that's a half the distance to the goal foul. So that's going to bring them back to their own 11.5 or so. Number 71 on the Strouds is the guilty one. Second and 21 now. Strouds have 4 penalties for 36 yards. The Chargers only have 1 penalty for 5 yards. 87 with a nice little catch and run of about 6 yards. That's not Schultz. Number 43, Dye with the tackle. It's 3rd and 16 now. Stover. Cade Stover, I think his name is. Or am I thinking of somebody else? Oh! The snap flies over Stroud's head. He's running for his life back there. He throws, and there's a wide open number 19! He gets across midfield for a huge first down. And the 2-minute warning is about to hit us. A miracle play, just exactly what the doctor ordered for Houston. Looked like a disaster at first, but that may finally be the spark that the team needed to get some points going here. Now that's the rookie C.J. Stroud that we became accustomed to. All right, be right back. This is an annoying boss battle with speed run. Just because it's so heavily reliant on RNG. And this is bad RNG for a speed run. Long. Oh my god, that was so bad. Alright. The Strouds are finally in business. Actually, I think they did get across the 50 before, but they ended up punting on that drive. But now they've met, they might have a little bit of spark of magic. Because that could have been a complete disaster. He was throwing from like his own 8-yard line. Alright, Stroud takes the ball, throws middle of the field. It's dropped by Schultz. That one is an incomplete pass. That time he did not fully complete the process of the catch, unlike that that first play by the Strouds on offense. So they will keep the ball. Wasn't it Schultz who dropped it in the first place too? That early in the first quarter? He's definitely better than this. Okay. Schultz in motion. Stroud got plenty of time for once. Throws it. Collins with the catch. He's going. He's at the 15. He's at the 11. Brought down by a pair of Chargers. The Strouds are finally in the red zone. Making the big plays they're known for. Or at least they were known for last year. It's a minute 17 to go. Plenty of time to punch this in. Oh, they're actually on the 11. Or the 12. And that did not work out whatsoever. Number 95, the big man on the Chargers, forward with the tackle there. And it's LA taking the timeout because they want to get another crack at the ball. That's Mixon that's just been completely annihilated there on that play. Oh yeah, timeouts. Gling. 58 seconds remain. Interesting camera. Oh, they're going to put 7 seconds back on the clock for that timeout. 7 seconds? That seems like an awful lot, but okay. Alright, from the 14 now. Stroud with the ball. Decent protection. Throws it. Middle of the field. Incomplete. Well defended by number 20 on the Chargers there. And only 3 seconds come off the clock, which is good news for the Chargers. Remember, this drive started at their own 1. Out of all the drives for them to finally wake up, it's this one. Stroud throws it. Collins! Touchdown, Houston! The Chargers have 58 seconds to respond. What an incredible drive. 99 yards. A drive, of course, that had every right to end much earlier with that botched snap on 3rd down. Extra point is good. Taimi Fairbairn. That was an important one. There have not been a lot of points yet. And now Houston has 1 more point than the Chargers do. All speedrunners do this. They just dance around acting like the enemy they just defeated was absolutely no big deal whatsoever. Oh, that was quick. All right, Chargers, here comes your ball. Soon enough. Here's the kickoff. It is safely out the back of the end zone. If the Strouds end up winning this game, that 3rd down scramble is going to be the big difference. That will be their signature moment of the year. Oh, it is 30, huh? I'm just used to it being 25. I'm sorry. All right, Herbert. With 58 seconds left, that should be enough time for him. Throws it down the middle. Very well defended by 24. Intended for number 9 on the Chargers. Incomplete pass. We're down to 52 seconds. Oh, that was DJ Chark, number 9. Whom the ball was intended for. You know, I feel like I heard a lot from him in Jacksonville, and I haven't heard anything about him as a Charger. I don't think it's for lack of talent. I don't know. All right, Herbert takes the snap again. Obviously, with only 52 seconds, he's going to be throwing it a lot. Oh, McConkey! McConkey had distance between him and all the defenders, but unfortunately the ball had distance between itself and McConkey. It's overthrown, incomplete, 3rd down. And Chargers better be careful because there's still 45 seconds left. And the Strouds still have all 3 timeouts. Just saying, you better not have another incomplete pass here. Okay, the Chargers are going to take another timeout to, I guess, assess what's the right play to run with here on 3rd and 10, so close to the end of the half. Yeah, this is why the coaches of like the 90s and 80s would always just be willing to take a knee and go to overtime whenever there was 1 minute left in the half. Like, we cringe at that nowadays, but there is of course the innate risk that's just baked into trying to make something happen in 1 minute, which is, of course, that you can give the ball right back with a few seconds left as well. I'm not saying that I advocate for a return to the old days necessarily. 58 seconds is plenty of time to make something happen this day and age in the NFL. But once you have 2 incomplete passes, you start to feel kind of sick to your stomach, don't you? I'm being results-oriented. Objectively, the decision to attempt something is absolutely fine. Speaking of attempting, here is a long pass intended for Quentin Johnston. I don't think he secured it. Wasn't the most accurate throw in the world either, so I'm not putting it on him. That's 4th and 10, 39 seconds left. The Strouds get the ball back, and I believe they deferred, so they get the ball back to start the second half as well. And all of a sudden, a game that felt like it was one-sided in favor of the Chargers, the Strouds could have a multi-score lead in a few moments. And the punt is actually fielded by number 2, I believe that's Woods, and returned about 9 yards. Good news for the Chargers is that burned 12 seconds. So they don't have a lot of time, but they could potentially get a field goal out of this. Fairbairn certainly is prepared. And he's got the same kind of stone face that actually he's... I wouldn't call Herbert stone-faced. Like I said, it looks like he needs a hug. Fairbairn is absolutely stone-faced. Right, they have it on the 32. Thanks to that little return. And 3 timeouts. Stroud being chased, throws it. Caught by number 8, Mechie. Not a huge gain, but he does get it out of bounds. So they save a timeout. And at this point, 22 seconds is only about enough time for 3 plays anyway. 2nd and 6. Strouds in control. The whole field's open to them with their 3 timeouts. And here comes Stroud. Gonna run it. He's gonna run. He's gonna escape. He's past the 40. He's at the 40. Down around the 35-yard line. The Strouds are in field goal range thanks to the quarterback's legs. "27-yard rush." Houston, of course, will be taking their first time out. As I said, they really only have time for 2 more plays anyway. That was Stroud's first rush of the entire game, by the way. And it goes for 27 to go along with 171 passing yards. So Stroud is responsible for 198 yards by himself. Kind of. Not really by himself when he throws it, but you know what I mean. And yet the score is 7-6. But you can't be mad at his effort. They're inside Fairbairn's field goal range, and they're going to run it with Mixon, and that's going to be another 5 or 6. That's not Mixon, that's number 33, actually. That's for someone. He's got a long name. I can't really read it from this distance. Alright. Let's make this in 9 seconds. Let's give them a 32-yard line, and let's give the Texans 1 timeout. They're they're in the driver's seat here. They could just run it up to get a little bit closer, or they could even take a shot at the end zone. They got 9 seconds. That probably won't eat the entire clock, so if they want to go for a touchdown, they can. He is going to throw it, and he's going to complete the pass to number 2 for a gain of about 10. And now with 6 seconds left, time for their last timeout, and time for Kaimi Fairbairn to take the stage. Now the Strouds look like the playoff team that we're used to. Fairbairn for 3 more. 41 yards out. It's up. Started off left, but it's sliced back the right way. It is good. 10 points now for the Strouds. And 3 seconds left on the clock. In case anything really stupid happens. Alright, I think I will take to the bathroom for halftime, just FYI. Just to play it safe. That'll also allow me a chance to plug my phone in during that halftime to conserve some battery while it serves as my face cam. And I could just pause the recording for the YouTube audience so that they don't have to endure any of that. But first, let's make absolutely sure nothing stupid happens in these last 3 seconds. Okay, he's going to take it out of the end zone. And he is tackled. Okay. Half over. See you on the other side. Strouds will take the ball one more time. And, oh, we do have an injury. Ooh, Chargers number 12. He took the ball out of the end zone at his own risk. Hopefully that doesn't factor too much into the rest of the game. Alright, see you in the second half. I'm paused. Unfortunately for me, no advancement in the game. Oh! And, okay, touchback, which, let's see if we've learned anything. Touchback, Strouds get the ball at the 30. Because it's 2024 now, or 5, whatever. I don't really need to have my headphones on, but it makes me look more professional, so I'll do it. Because all commentators have headphones on, so. Alright. Sure enough, it's 30-yard line, and Strouds are already handing it off to Mixon, who gets to about the 35. Yeah, first quarter, neither team had a whole lot of offense. Second quarter, the Strouds went 173 yards. Funny enough, 9 first downs for the Chargers and 10 for the Strouds. And, of course, most of those first downs for the Strouds were just in that last stretch of time. And Mixon runs again for nothing this time. Ford with another thick tackle. So it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up. The Strouds have converted their last 3 third downs in a row after starting out 0-4. And Stroud will throw it this time, and he finds Nico Collins once again, who is passing a lot of defenders at the 25. They're trying to rip the ball out. Did he hold on to it? Yes, he did. First down at the 25-yard line. Collins, a huge playmaker. I did say that as soon as he started to get active, this offense would look a lot better, and that sure is seeming to be the case right about now. That's Mack among the many others trying to bring him down. Oh, Lord, is this really happening to the Chargers again? They're actually at the 24-yard line. Stroud pitches it back to Mixon, who does not go very far. We have a flag. We also have seemingly a fumble. But what is the flag? Referee signal that the Chargers have the ball, pending the flag. It's holding on the offense. Penalty is declined. Los Angeles has the football. An aggressive defense coming up good. Where are they? Like their own 20? Mixon unable to hold on to it this time. He's getting plenty of love from his teammates, and for good reason. That's his first lost fumble in his last 1,082 touches. That is a heck of a defensive play by the Chargers. All right, huge break for the Chargers. Let's see what they do with it. Oh, wait, it's not, they're on their own 26, not 20. Herbert will throw. Got someone charging at him. It's caught by McConkey. He's down at the 43, and there's a flag on the play. It looks like it may have been after the reception. Face mask is the signal. And let's add 15 yards onto that. Derek Stingley Jr., number 24, who's been having an excellent game, but puts his hands where they shouldn't go on that one. And the Chargers are now in enemy territory just that quickly. Gus Edwards is in the backfield rather than Dobbins. Up 5, 4, 3. Calling an audible. 1, 0. It snaps just in time. And Edwards takes the ball, moves the pile about 4 yards forward to the 38-yard line. 2nd and 6 coming up. Oh, it's 20. It was 23 who forced the fumble, Jefferson, on Joe Mixon earlier. And it wasn't just a fumble. Like, he just slapped his hand and just, boom, the ball just plopped right down to the ground. All right, 2nd and 6. Chargers trying to take the lead back. It's a run with Edwards to the 35. Or a little inside of it. Greg Roman, the offensive coordinator for the Chargers. Of course, he was the offensive coordinator for the Ravens, so he went from one Harbaugh brother to another. Handoff, and not this time for Edwards. Aziz Al-Shair with a rare, good, clean hit. Which is impressive considering that early injury. So Chargers have a bit of a decision to make. This would be a long field goal, and I imagine that this actually isn't that much of a decision. You would think they would go for it from here. It's a long field goal, and they're trailing by 4 points. You may as well go for it. Oops. And it's thrown. It's caught, but it is short of the line to gain. Quentin Johnston does not get there. Turnover on downs. Houston will take over from their own 33. As soon as I remember where my fingers are on the keyboard. Not a whole lot of points in this game yet, but plenty of twists and turns. I feel like the excitement of any game is amplified whenever you do live commentary. There's less than 11:14 left, but I didn't quite catch how much time there was. So I'm waiting for the broadcast to pop back up so I can correct that. The sun still hasn't fully set in Houston yet. The days are getting a little bit longer out there. January 11th. It's 10:10. They did another review, actually, and the play was an incomplete pass. Quentin Johnston never fully had possession of it, so we're actually going to give the Strouds the ball at the 34. Stroud has it, and he's got plenty of room to run himself, and he will, for about 7 yards. They like to mark it wherever he starts his slide, so that would be about 7. Nice and productive. Matching his jersey number, of course. Number 8 in motion. Quick toss by Stroud to Nico Collins, who else? And he gets enough for a first down onto the 48-yard line. And that's blocking number 71, who... Wait, is that not an ineligible man downfield? That's quite a bit of downfield blocking. Maybe I just don't know the rules very well. Stroud with a couple of open guys. He finds the one right in front of him. 87. Good for about 11-yard gain. Now on to the Chargers 41. Stroud's offense looking so much more competent than it did in the first quarter. The Chargers are just relying on their defense to try and make splash plays like the one they just had against Mixon. The much maligned offensive coordinator Bobby Slowick is putting on a pretty good show today, at the very least. Stroud, another quick toss to 87. Not a first down this time, but most of the way there. Gain of 7. If nothing else, Fairbairn is again in field goal range. We have a downed Charger, number 20. Clock stopped at 7:48. Oof. Came down very awkwardly. Right, 87 is Cade Stover. Ooh. He also had a slight, probably incidental helmet-to-helmet contact. That was not flagged. Oh, Jardiance, you and this overly jazzed up version of your theme song. It was perfectly fine as it was. Pink. There's the setting sun. And what can I only assume is Galveston Bay. Except that'll be facing to the east, and the sun sets in the west. Oh. I mean, obviously it's an aerial photo, so the horizon will look flat almost. Alright, another run for Mixon, getting another chance with the ball, and he does well. About an 8 or 9 yard gain, runs out of bounds. Make sure nobody takes the ball away from him this time. First down, Strouds, approaching the red zone. Actually, I think he is in the red zone. Yeah, they are. 19-yard line. That was a 15-yard rush. And the referees slowed down play because they had the ball on the wrong hash mark, apparently. Mixon running up the middle. Big hole to rush through, and it's 1st and goal at the 6-yard line. Flag. There was a reason why there was a big hole. It's holding on the offense. Make that 1st and 20 from the 29-yard line. Titus Howard, number 71, is the guilty party. Oh, it's 24. Stroud throws, going for the end zone to Schultz. It's intercepted! And Derwin James has it. Apparently the play wasn't blown dead. He's still returning the ball all the way to the 41-yard line. Either it was a touchback or they're at the 41-yard line. Either way, not a perfect throw by C.J. Stroud. Very tight window in the first place. I'd say it's more of a bad decision than a bad throw. Derwin James, number 3, clearly down by contact in the end zone for a touchback. And Joe Mixon gets an unnecessary roughness flag on the return. The Chargers have it at their own 35. 2 interceptions now for C.J. Stroud. That one's a huge backbreaker. And that's the second drive in a row that the Strouds have been real close and then just had a turnover in scoring range. Offensive mistakes or just really, really good defense. There's quite a lot of both, honestly. I mean, nobody can question how good the Chargers' defense is now. They're not actually sure where the ball's going to be spotted. Because they let the play go and the return was where the foul was, I guess they're confused as to how to enforce that. In reality, there was no return. He's in the end zone for a touchback. Alright, so what is the verdict? Where is this ball getting spotted? Oh, the plot twists. This ball's being spotted over here. Derwin James didn't quite survive the ground during his interception. However, despite the fact that the interception and the return never technically happened, they are going to enforce that foul. So it looks like the Strouds have it, but they gotta go on their own the opponent's 39-yard line. And it's a 2nd and 30. So in all likelihood, all they can really do is get a little bit closer for Kaimi Fairbairn. That's probably what they should do, because every time they go for the end zone, they seem to screw it up and turn it back over. They shouldn't kick from out here, but hopefully they can get a bit closer. Now, Jim Harbaugh's a smart man. I'm sure he won't go full on prevent. Stroud runs for it and gets about 6 yards. Or 7. Flag. Oh my God, offensive holding. It's 2nd and 40. I mentioned how there were some how there were problems with pre-snap penalties. That's not a pre-snap penalty, but self-inflicted wounds, and the Strouds now have a 2nd and 40. And Justin Herbert still can't crack a smile. Oh, free roll. Bosa was in the neutral zone. And is that caught by Collins? No, he dropped it. It's just going to be the 5-yard penalty. So now it'll be 2nd and 35. The referees look like they're smirking a little bit. They get to call all these flags. That's only the 2nd penalty against the Chargers all day. Wait, so how much clock is left? How much did that change? Probably not all that much. No, it didn't. It's 6:17 now. Okay. Now what? The defense is very spread out. And it is caught by Mixon, who makes it all the way to the 30. So that's going to be what? 3rd and 16? No, 3rd and 21. Third and 22. I guess they're calling. Oh, they're spotting at the 31. Well, this is in field goal range at least. Don't screw up. I don't know what to say. Chargers are kind of in prevent mode now. Third down, I get it. There's a catch, and he's brought down at the 18-yard line. It'll be 4th and 9, and definitely a field goal spot here. So, mission accomplished for the Chargers defense. They bend, they don't break. That is a wild sequence of events. And now Fairbairn looking for 3 more. $37-yard attempt. And it is good. This is a wild one, and not for any reasons that you might expect. Buffalo chicken slider. Don't worry, I got napkins. I also have water. I wouldn't violate my keyboard with a bunch of buffalo chicken sauce. I don't think I'll be able to make it all the way to the end of Super Metroid. I could always just play the rest of it when the game is, over. Can't help but think of Star Wars when they say, "Now this is taxes" for TurboTax. Now this is pod racing. Mexico! Mexican flag in the stands. People with the Nickelodeon slime on their head. Oh, hello. It's being returned by the Chargers. Out of bounds at around the 28, and that is number 12. He's fine. Good to see that. Walter Payton Man of the Year nominees, Jalen Petra, number 5 on the Strouds, and Cameron Dicker on the Chargers. It's Petrie. Oops, 28, not 18. Actually, 29. Alright, Chargers trailing by 7. Hand it off, nothing. The Strouds defense certainly has solved their rushing game. And barring that one egregious giveaway in the first half. Justin Herbert has not played poorly. The Chargers simply are not cashing it in. Herbert, plenty of time. He's going to throw it well past the line of scrimmage. It's caught, and it's... Ooh. Somebody thought the ball was loose, but no, it is still in the Chargers' hands. And number 12, Davis, with a 4-yard gain. Third and 6. 4-3 snap. Okay, they got it. Herbert is wrestled to the ground by number 96. D'Amico Autry. And the Chargers are going to punt it right back to the Strouds. Their defense really came to play today. Fourth and 12, punt. Here we go, and it is fair caught at the 37. Suddenly it's the Chargers who can't do anything on offense. CGI slime. Mixon with about a 5-yard rush. Takes it to the 42-yard line. Third quarter will expire soon. I imagine the Strouds are in no hurry to run too many plays. If I weren't doing commentary, I might say this is a boring game, but no, it's been... Oh, wow! Mixon completely blown up in the backfield thanks to number 23, Jefferson. And that is not his first big play of the game. Still plenty of twists and turns in this game. Not a lot of points, but it's been fun to watch. All right, number 20, Cam Hart, the cornerback for the Chargers, is questionable to return with a shoulder injury. The Chargers still only have one third down conversion all game long. All right, Stroud on 3rd and 9. Got plenty of time to waddle forward. Gets a completion to Collins, but it is short of the first down, so that's probably going to be another punt. Certainly not a great play call, but at least it's safe. It's a lot safer than what they've been doing. Like, they can't trust themselves, it seems. They seem to be their own biggest obstacle, because, like, clearly they can hum, they can cook, but they can also completely shoot themselves in the foot. So here comes another punt. Here it goes. Chargers don't even get a chance to return it. It goes out of bounds. Looks like maybe the 19-yard line. Oh, no. It's at the 24-yard line. Wow. Not a good punt. Or at least not a great punt. I have moved that football icon quite a bit today, haven't I? Nope, 23-yard line. Okay, Chargers. Let's see what you can do on this drive. You did real good early, and then it's been pretty much nothing since. And there seems to be a last-second adjustment to the play. Okay, it snapped. Herbert overthrown and intercepted! Hot Pockets. The Strouds have taken a 13-point lead. Eric Murray, number 23, the safety, with the pick six. In a battle of defenses, it's the Strouds who are outplaying and outgunning the Chargers in this one. Now for the extra point. We're still in the third quarter, by the way. There's 13 seconds left. Uncharacteristic mistake by Herbert. And it does indeed result in 7 points for the opposition. Chargers 6, Strouds 20. Uh-oh. Hey, Cable Box is about to automatically go into sleep mode. And they didn't go to commercial, so glad I got that bite in. Fairbairn to kick off. I imagine the Chargers won't do much before the quarter expires. There's the ball. Way out there. Alright, Chargers, you got anything good? Herbert only threw 3 interceptions the entire regular season in 504 passing attempts. He has thrown 2 now in his last 24 in the postseason. So far, it looks like same old Chargers. They lay an egg in the postseason no matter how good they are on paper. That's what I was used to growing up in San Diego year in and year out. Gus Bradley. Sorry, Gus Edwards. Gus Bradley's somebody else. He's a coach, I think. Gus Edwards takes it for 2 yards. And that is the end of the third quarter. I'm impressed with the Chargers' regular season. You're allowed to be impressed by the Chargers. You should never have hope for them. Boach Wound's a pretty simple fight, but I screw it up kind of often. Okay, that was pretty good. I think I might save the double deluxe burger for after the game, now that it's fourth quarter already. I'll just reheat it a little bit. This is just me making sure that I don't get too hungry during the rest of my commentary. Six to 20. 20 unanswered points by Houston. I said at the beginning that this is the game that could make the Chargers franchise go either way. Right now, it looks like they're about ready to just stick their heads right back in the sand. They got 15 minutes to stop that. McConkey converts a first down there. Onto the 42-yard line. J.K. Dobbins is back in the backfield. Of course, it doesn't really seem to matter which running back it is because the Strouds always seem to stop them. And it is a fake handoff. There's going to be a lot more Justin Herbert with them trailing as much as they are. McConkey with another great grab. Takes them all the way to the 39. First down. Stingley Jr., number 24, with the tackle. And they are going with hurry-up offense, even with 14 minutes to go. Nice underhanded throw! It's dropped by 81 and intercepted! And he's going all the way almost! He returns it to the 11-yard line. Will Dissly bobbles the ball, and it's caught by Stingley! Number 24 on the defense. Have yourself a day, my man! Oh, Chargers, Chargers, Chargers. Every year with this franchise. You know who tackled Stingley on the way back, by the way? J.K. Dobbins. Oh, for some reason he's on the 13. Could have sworn he went down to the 11, but okay. 13. And Mixon running up the middle! 10 yards, first and goal. Took 3 people to bring him down. Herbert does need a hug. They're going to say second in inches. Pre-snap penalty. Or there's no flag. It was a timeout. Maybe the Chargers just need to get their poop together. If Houston can punch this in, it's all but over. What is happening? Clock operator, please reset the clock to 13:02. Okay, fine. I guess I will too. If you hold the game up for that, then it was 12:59. But yeah, wasn't the clock running too? I have no idea why they did that. The clock was running, and they just put 3 seconds back on the clock for no reason. Stroud, it was being chased, sacked! That's something for the defense. Khalil Mack, my man, with his second sack of the day. I think technically it might be his first and a half, because Bosa was part of that first sack. But even a field goal makes it a 17-point lead, so I don't think the Strouds are complaining too much. If there's ever a time to take a sack, that would be one of them. Just nothing stupid. He's gonna throw it. I don't know about this. Incomplete, in the dirt. Fourth down. Time for a kick. This to make it a 3-score game with 12 minutes to go. It's just been a cosmic disaster for the Chargers in this entire second half. Or entire last 3 quarters. This is from only 30 yards away. Right down the middle. There's still the Chargers. There's still the Chargers. This one's especially painful because we've seen how hard the defense is trying to keep the team in the game, and it just isn't working. I'm not budging from my stance that they are the most cursed franchise in all of North American sports. And with the ways in which they're letting this game get away from them is just astounding. Yeah, I did that poorly. Very poorly. Oh shoot, I forgot to turn the game back on. I was wondering if that might happen. I charge my own broadcast. Well, I guess I'll turn it right back off again. That boss might take a little while to finish before we get the game back. I'm so glad I rage quit from the Chargers in 2016. My new team might be terrible and not even close to where they are, which is the playoffs, but I still have no regrets. Thank you. Well, no more punting, Chargers. If you want to get back in this, you pretty much can't possibly punt again. Oh, right, you get the ball back. Hold on. And that was a touchback, so 30. Herbert is immediately sacked by 51. Will Anderson, he was that great breakout star on the Strouds last year. He was basically the CJ Stroud of the defense. And boom, down for a 9-yard sack. The Chargers are just out of it. Wow, they're really giving him 2 more. Oh my god, he got sacked again! Oh god, those poor guys. If there's anybody left who's cheering for the Chargers, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for what this team is doing to you. 3rd and 26 from their own 14-yard line. Herbert throws, and it's actually caught by McConkey, and he is going. He's got room to run. 24 is trying to catch him, but it's a touchdown. 86 yards for the Chargers. And even the Chargers fans in the crowd don't even look happy. They're like, where the hell was this all game? "86 yards while he was being hit, I might add." Herbert, that is. They're going to go for the 1 point. What the hell was that, Cameron? Hot Pockets. What hasn't this game had? Oh my god, I love the Chargers. They make an insane play, 86 yards, while he's being hit, and the kick gets blocked and returned for 2 points. Oh my god. Special teams coach is going nuts. He's barely even remaining on the sidelines. Yeah, 13-point gap is not completely insurmountable. No, you're correct. But the Strouds get the ball back. There we go. Video game. Nice. It's just about an ideal Dragon fight for a speedrun. If you don't have the grapple beam and do that cheese, that is. My favorite power-up. Skims had a little bit of everything. I'm glad I did this one. There have been so many weird and interesting things to call in it. Well, the good news for Cameron Dicker is this kickoff won't be blocked. But it will be returned. How far? He didn't need to do that. Number 19 takes it to the 26-yard line. Oops. No, text goes on that side. Chargers. Alright, the Strouds are in control of their own destiny right about now. 87. Cade Stover, I believe, stays in bounds and gains about 5. They're reanalyzing the play. The thing is, Cameron Dicker actually, when the kick was blocked, it actually was blocked almost straight up in the air, right by Dicker's head. He batted the ball down like a volleyball player because he didn't know that it's still a live ball even if he did that. So by batting it right down, he just left it right in the path of one of the Strouds who just scooped it up and scored. By the way, first down, Strouds. And the clock continues to bleed. To be fair, I didn't know that either. I probably would have done the same thing. But he's a professional, and we're allowed to laugh at them. They are now on the 38. And handoff to Mixon, who is breaking some tackles. Goes down inbounds around the 47. Gain of 9. Wait, they said 6-yard pickup? I guess his knee went down way before I thought it was. Yeah, his knee went down at the wrong camera angle. All right, 45-yard line now. Strouds. Another handoff. Mixon up the middle, gains about 1. More importantly, though, that clock is going down. It's a 3rd and 1. Another 3rd and a long one. And this long one would go a long way if they could convert it. Hand off, and wow! It's a first down, and he tripped over his own teammate. If he hadn't tripped over his own teammate, he could have gone maybe another 20. But mission accomplished for the Strouds, nonetheless. Things are looking bleaker and bleaker for the Chargers. They're not using their timeouts yet, but they'll have to consider doing that. Oh, wow. Derwin James on a huge blitz. He ends up being pretty inconsequential to the play. It's just a 1-yard run. Actually, about 2 yards. So, 44-yard line. Skycam. Jim Harbaugh, I'm sorry, but this is the job you signed up for. You wanted to coach this cursed team. Oh! That running play was broken up in the backfield. It's going to be 3rd and 10 now. They're going quite conservatively here. You got to remember, though, the Chargers' offense, when they're cooking at full power, they can be quite dynamic. And I get that they're trying to just bleed as much clock as they can, but they still have the potential to come back here if you're not real careful about it. I may try and throw it here. They are going to try and throw it. Stroud, with plenty of room. He's going to run for it himself. Did he get it? I'm not sure. He made sure not to slide. He lunged forward. It's really close. Was it 10 yards? It's very close. I've got to assume that if they're called short, they're just going to QB sneak it and try and keep the ball that way. The clock is still running even though the officials haven't yet. Oh, we got a challenge flag. I thought the officials were going to measure it, but I guess they call it 4th and inches. D'Amico Ryans is challenging the play. It all depends on which part of the body hit down first. If it's his elbow, I think he's got it. If it's something else, then maybe not. But if it's his elbow that goes down first, oh, wow. It's either his elbow or it's his hand that doesn't have the ball. There's also possibly the inside knee came down first. Gene Steratore thinks that it's the elbow that came down first, which could be a first down. It's not a guarantee that it's a first down. You know, if indeed the forearm is what came down first, but it's a little bit better than where the officials actually spotted the ball. That's a dark football, by the way. Like, that's a very dark brown. The ruling on the field stands. It's going to be 4th and short. Houston gets charged with a timeout, even though Gene Steratore himself said it was a good challenge. But whoever these refs are in contact with disagrees. Fourth and short with less than 5 minutes to go. Hang on, let me fix this. You got to go for it. You are on the opponent's, let's see, what is it, 38-yard line? Yeah. There's no reason to just give the ball back to the opponent. Just QB sneak it or run with Mixon again. And that'll pretty much, for all intents and purposes, end the game. Yep, they got it. They got it. If I may. Push! It worked. I would say the Chargers are about to go home, but, I mean, hopefully none of them are actually affected by those fires. Oh, wow, another first down by Joe Mixon. Under 4 minutes to go, and they are now easily in field goal range again. The Strouds have just dominated these last 3 quarters. But yeah, God bless all the firefighters working in the LA area right now. God bless all the people whose property and lives have been either lost or under serious threat from all those fires. Because, I mean, that nobody should be dealing with that stuff in the month of January. But that's just the world we live in now, and it absolutely sucks. But I just hope the best for everybody who's dealing with all of that. I don't know. I can't imagine what it's like to lose everything and how long it would take for your life to just kind of re-normalize itself. But I hope that's possible for everybody who's been affected. Not much I can do, but just acknowledge all the peril that they're in right now and hope that it ends soon. I live now in northern Ohio, and we're getting a lot of snow. Snow is kind of annoying to deal with, you know, shoveling the driveway out and everything, and one of our cars can barely even get any traction on the driveway. Well, that's a minor annoyance compared to what's going on back there. I'll take this over wildfires anytime. Oh, this is funny. Apparently, they thought that they just did a review and Mixon was actually out of bounds, so the Chargers don't lose a timeout. Oh, no, they're right. He kind of lost balance and his foot ended up going out of bounds after a brief skid. So let's see it. Brings the clock back to 4:01. I still don't think the Chargers had much of a chance. Mixon, this time down inbounds. Ball is on the opponent's... Oh, hang on. I forgot to update that. Yeah, the Strouds are in business again. And okay, now the Chargers take a timeout. Oh, those are satisfying numbers. Joe Mixon, first quarter, like by quarter, 3, 12, 24, 42. So while the Chargers are going home, I do certainly hope that their home improves very, very soon. Five, four, three, two. Okay, I snapped it. Another carry for Mixon and 2 more yards. Inbounds again, and looks like Mr. Harbaugh is fully committed to burning all of his timeouts now. They might as well. Well, this has been enjoyable. But my heart goes out to Khalil Mack once again. 2 sacks in this game. You can't blame this on him. Khalil Mack's a great player, and he deserves better. But the Chargers are the Chargers. Another handoff. And don't... Oh my goodness, he almost got the first down anyway. Oh, they're going to give it to him? No. Mixon signaled like he made a first down, but the graphics say 4th down. Okay, now... Even though it's 4th and inches, I would still probably kick to make it 16. Like, there's a difference between 16 points and 13 points. It's still 2 possessions, but they would need, perfect with 2-point conversions both times. And they have no timeouts now. I'm fine with a kick. I'm fine with going for it. And it looks like they will go for it. I think we all know what this means, too. Push! Nope. They're going to run it to... First down and touchdown, Joe Mixon. The exclamation point on the game. I don't really think I need to do any more updating. That's pretty cut and dry. The game is over. Same old Chargers. And the kick is good. Never, ever have hope for the Chargers. What the? I actually pressed the button, but didn't register. Oh, here we go. For all intents and purposes, this game is over, but I will continue to do my work. Just for completeness' sake. He's going to take a knee in the end zone. I thought he might come out just because why the heck not, but... Now, he already got hurt trying that. That's still number 12, so, yeah. Doesn't want to hurt himself again for no reason. Oh, oh, Joe Mixon's got Nickelodeon slime on his head. Alright, Herbert to McConkey. Might as well. That's like the one guy who's actually catching passes right now. Gets about 9 yards. And Herbert to... oh, jeez. Quentin Johnston, their first-round draft pick, who has had, like, what, 3 good games in 2 years? This not being one of them. Running play. That is Dobbins for a first down at the 43-yard line. I don't think any of our fantasy players had a good time here. Herbert. Was that pass intended for Azeez Al-Shaair? They're acting like it's a live ball. I don't think it is. Like, just in case the ball was knocked loose, you know, on Herbert's backswing, but I don't think that's the case. It's an incomplete pass. It looked like it was intended for Azeez Al-Shaair. That's the only guy who was anywhere close to the ball. Oh my gosh. Oh, Justin Herbert. I like you, but this was ugly. Herbert, deep pass, intercepted by number 24, Stingley, again. He's just jogging and sauntering his way down as he makes another interception return. Oh, the Chargers suck. You know, the Raiders were tank bowl contenders all the way up to the end this year, but last time we were in the playoffs, we actually, I think, only lost by 1 score to the team that eventually made it to the Super Bowl. At least when we stumble butt backwards into the playoffs, we actually kind of do something. And Herbert is now the first Chargers quarterback to throw 4 interceptions in a playoff game since Stan Humphries in the 1995 wild card. Here's a throwback for you. You know what? Nah, I think my work here is done. I'm just gonna start playing Metroid. I'll let you know when the game goes officially final. The Chargers don't have any timeouts left anyway, so as soon as the Strouds get another first down, they can end the game. Same old Chargers. Boy, Apple's got some nerve claiming that the newest iPhone is a $1,600 value. Remember also that Apple sells iPhones in third world countries for like virtually no discount. It's still $1,000. Doesn't matter if you live in Florida or Burkina Faso. Which, of course, is why that there are certain African manufacturers that actually build and sell smartphones that are capable of not quite as much as an iPhone, but, you know, most of the functions of it, and they sell it for only about $70 or $80. You know, so the people can actually afford them. Without giving in to American corporate greed. Frankly, I could just stop the YouTube recording already, but I'll wait until the game goes officially final. And then I'll stop the YouTube recording, and then I'll keep playing Super Metroid for you on Twitch, and then stop for good. Mark Sanchez. List of quarterbacks to win a playoff game in each of his first 2 seasons. Ben Roethlisberger, Joe Flacco, Mark Sanchez, Russell Wilson, Brock Purdy, and now CJ Stroud. This freaking trick. Damn it. Now I kind of don't want to finish the speedrun anyway. It's such a deal breaker. Oh, that's it. You know what? I'm just going to stop right now. Because failing the Super Missile Gate clip means I have to go all the way around and fight another boss just to get the screw attack, so it's just not even worth continuing at this point. Alright. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 0. Congratulations to the Strouds. You are moving on to the divisional round. Chargers, well, at least you're used to this, right? I sure got used to it back when I lived in San Diego. All right. Thank you, The Real Nukem, for being here, and thank you to anyone who manages to catch this on the YouTube audience. I'm just going to go ahead and sign off right now. I'm glad I did this one, even though it ended up being a bit of a blowout. At least it was an entertaining blowout, so I love football. And hope you guys have a good rest of the playoff season, as will I. See ya!